Yo, what's up everybody? It's Austin here, or Luna. So, a couple days ago I uploaded a video talking about the time that I hacked somebody's Twitch account and got them suspended for a week. If you haven't seen that video, I think it's called I Hacked a Popular Twitch Streamer. You can go check that out if you want. It's not related to this story time very much, but it kind of is in the sense that I was thinking about it, and it made me remember another story that's pretty damn legendary. And I thought you guys would all really enjoy it. So if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it, and let's just jump into it. I'm not sure how long this one's going to be. It might be short, it might be long. I don't really know. I haven't told it in a while, so we'll see. So today's story time all takes place in that same year, the year of 2014. Now, it was later 2014. This was about 2 months after I started my YouTube channel, so I believe it was June. Now, I was nearing the end of June, which was when my school would let out for summer vacation. I live on the East Coast, so my school would let out like mid to late June. I know people on the West Coast usually get out in like May, but my school, yeah, they let us out in June, and then we'd go back in September. Now, it was the last week of school. I was counting the days until it was over. All I had to do was make it for a few more, and then I'd be home free for the summer, right? Now, this story time all starts off on Tuesday. It was still the beginning of the week. But it was almost there. We were almost done, right? Just had to make it 3 more days, basically, 4 counting Tuesday. But yeah, I was just excited, right? Now, on Tuesday, I had English class, and my English class was working on this paper, which kind of pissed me off because it was the last week of school. There was no need to be doing a paper, but we were. And we were working on that paper in the library. Now, I usually liked going to the library because I could just like sit on the computer, and if I finished my work fast enough, or if I just didn't feel like doing my work, I could just like go on YouTube or like go on Twitter or something. So like any other day, that's what I was doing. We got in the library, and I did not want to work on a paper because school was almost out. So I just snuck onto another tab, started going through Twitter, just checking my Twitter, and my English teacher saw this, and she got pretty upset. She walked over and she was like, "Austin, that doesn't look like an English paper." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, it's Twitter, I'm sorry." And she's like, "Yeah, why are you on Twitter? Did you finish already? Like, I don't think your paper's done already." I was like, "No, it's not done. It's barely even started, I can't lie." And she's like, "Okay, so why are you on Twitter? Like, go work on your paper." And I tried to like bargain with her. I was like, "Come on, it's like the last week of school. Like, just let me chill. What if I promise you I'll work on it at home?" She's like, "Austin, it's not homework, it's a school project, so work on it here, now. If I circle back around here again and I see you on Twitter or any other website that isn't your paper, I'm sending you to the main office, so choose wisely." And I was like, "Okay, all right, I'll work on it." So I closed Twitter, I went back to my paper. I got about 5 minutes into it, and it was just too fucking boring, man. I couldn't handle it. Now, I'm not proud of this next part. This next thing that I did has got to be like top 3 nerdiest shit ever. I cannot believe I stooped to this level of nerd to get out of schoolwork, but I did. I searched up in another tab, what's my IP? And I got my school's IP address. And after that, I went on my phone and I opened up this website. I'm not going to say the website because I'm pretty sure it's still a website, but you can use it to DDoS IP addresses. And if you don't know what DDoSing it is, it's just, you send packets to an IP address. You send too much information, essentially, and it causes the internet connection to, like, shit out. Basically, all it does is it takes someone's internet offline. And I wanted to use it against my own school to turn the internet off for the whole school, just so I didn't have to work on the paper for 40 minutes. That's how fucking lazy I was. I was actually willing to take down my entire school's Wi-Fi just so I didn't have to type on a computer some English paper for 40 fucking minutes, dude. I was such a lazy bastard. And what I did was arguably more nerdy than just typing out the paper. I could have worked on the paper and like, it would have been fine. But no, I was such a little nerd and so lazy, I just DDoSed my school. And here's the real funny part, right? So after I did this and it worked, my school's Wi-Fi went off. Obviously, like, the staff in the library was a little bit confused. They were like talking to each other, wondering what was going on. They were trying to like work on the internet because that's like where like the main internet server was in the library. And my plan kind of worked. My teacher was like, "All right, guys, yeah, internet's down, so you can't really research or anything for your papers. So let's pick this up tomorrow. You guys can gather your things. We'll be going back down to the classroom now." So that's what we did. We gathered our stuff, we went back down to the classroom, and we spent the rest of that class just kind of like reading or like catching up on work. It was basically like a study hall, I would say. And when we got back to class, I stopped the DDoS so the internet came back on. And my teacher goes, of course the internet comes back on as soon as we're back in the classroom. And this girl speaks up. She's like, does that mean we're going back up to the library? And my teacher's like, nah, because we don't know if it's just going to go out again. So we'll just do it tomorrow. And in my head, I'm thinking like, yes, like, okay, it worked. Now here's the real funny part. So after this day's over, the rest of the day was completely normal, right? The day ends. I go home and my dumbass jumps on my microphone and I record a whole like 7-8 minute story time about how I DDoSed my own school because I thought it was just such a good story. I thought it was so funny, like just so crazy. Like I hit my school offline just to get out of some schoolwork. Like I thought it was funny, right? So I made a video about it and I told the story and I uploaded it. And back then I didn't have a lot of subscribers, didn't really have a lot of viewers. I mean, I had some. I think I had like a couple thousand, which is pretty damn cool. But I really didn't think anybody from my school would see the video, right? I thought I was in the clear when it came to that. Maybe a couple friends of mine that went to my school, but I could trust them. I knew they wouldn't go and tell people. So I wasn't too worried, right? So I uploaded the story. The initial feedback / reaction was pretty good, you know, some positive comments. Everyone thought the story was pretty funny like I did. But then the next day rolled around. I walked into school, I went to my locker, and I didn't even have time to get to my first period class. Just like while I was at my locker, a security guard comes up behind me and he goes, Austin. And I turn around, I was like, yeah. He's like, you're needed in the main office. I was sent to come get you. And I was like, oh, okay. So he starts escorting me up to the main office. And while he's escorting me to the main office, I ask him, I was like, do you know why they're calling me up? He's like, nah, man, honestly, I don't. They just told me to come get you. And I was like, huh, okay. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was clueless. I had no idea why I was being called to the main office. It didn't even cross my mind that I uploaded a video admitting to doing something that is, one, not very cool, and two, illegal. Yeah, DDoSing is illegal in the US, so admitting to doing that to my school in a video was pretty dumb, because if they saw that, I would have been fucked. So yeah, I get escorted up to the main office. I sit down in my principal's office. Like 5 minutes later, my principal comes in, and my principal doesn't even say a word. She just sits down at the table, grabs her laptop from the table, puts it in front of me, opens it up, and when she opens it up, it's just my YouTube video. And the title says, I DDoSed my school to get out of classwork. And she goes, Austin, what is this? And I was like, just a YouTube video. And she goes, yesterday this school didn't have internet for like 30 minutes and we were wondering what was going on. And then one of the staff comes in today and shows me this video from you. I think that explains what happened to our internet. So you want to admit it? And in my head, I'm just thinking like, fuck, dude, like I can't even get out of this. Like I can't lie. Like it's a YouTube video of me admitting it. I can't lie. So I just said, I was like, yeah, it was me. I'm sorry. Like there's nothing else to say. I did it. I was lazy. I didn't want to do my schoolwork. Like it was me. And she's like, Austin, you have literally 2 days of school left. You couldn't just wait and then be on summer vacation? And I was like, I know. I'm sorry. And she goes, you know, like what you did was illegal, right? And that made me kind of shit my pants because at the time I thought it might have been, but I didn't know for sure. But when she said that, I was like, damn it. No, I didn't know. And she goes, listen, I hate to do this, but I called your mom. I told her about what happened. And because it's the end of the school year, it's hard to think of a punishment, but we both agreed, me and your mother, that you should be suspended until summer break. And I was like, what? Like in-school suspension or out of school? And my principal goes, out of school. So I got suspended for the rest of the week. I couldn't go to school into summer vacation. So my summer vacation essentially started 2 days early. Listen, guys, I'm not going to say that I was excited that I got suspended, but I can't lie. There was definitely a big part of me that was kind of excited that I got out of school early. But this did have its consequences. Because I got suspended, the rest of my work for that week all counted as zeros, which made me come very close to failing a couple classes. And I'm pretty sure one of the classes I did fail that year, so that's not very good. And my punishment didn't end there. Because my mom couldn't leave work to pick me up that day, I had to spend the rest of the day in school suspension. And then I rode the bus home. And when I got home, my mom was there waiting for me. And she was very upset. I got grounded for like 2 weeks. So yeah, my summer definitely started off kind of on like a sour note, so that wasn't good. And after this, I went into my room and I deleted that YouTube video because I just didn't want anyone else to see it. So if you're a real OG, you might have seen that video back in the day. If not, you're not missing much. It was just me in a squeaky voice being like, yeah guys, I DDoSed my school. It was so funny. It wasn't a very good video. And yeah, I deleted it because 1, I was embarrassed that I admitted to doing that and got in trouble. And 2, yeah, the video just wasn't that good. So here I am, many years later, talking about how that video got me suspended. Not just that video, but what I did. Now you're probably wondering, Austin, how the hell did your principal find out about that video? And I was wondering the same thing. And in the office when I was talking to her and like getting suspended, I kind of just forgot to ask. But later that day, I asked around my friend group and I was like, yo, does anyone know like how the principal found out about that video? And I found out that someone at that school that I didn't like very much, someone that I didn't get along with, sent that video to my principal and snitched on me and got me suspended. And that next year I confronted that person and some things went down, but that is for another story. I can tell that one tomorrow if you'd like. Let me know. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I will see you all later. Peace.